Welcome back to Cape Media News. I'm Lauren Williamson. A lot has been going on in the world of politics this week, and our news director, Mitch Sock, has more.
Thanks, Lauren. It's been a busy week in politics, not just on the national level, but locally as well. While it's apparent we are headed towards a rematch of the 2020 presidential election, much more contested races were happening locally across the state, as well as some new and familiar faces throwing their hats into the ring for this fall's election cycle. So first up, the Republican State Committee. It's made up of one man and one woman from each of the 40 Senate districts in the state. Some of the basic responsibilities of the State Committee are to organize town committees, recruit candidates, and to fundraise. All 80 seats are up for grabs every 4 years, and in this cycle, almost half of the members chose not to run for re-election. This presented a perfect opportunity for those that feel the Mass GOP has lost sight of conservative values and put forth the Massachusetts Freedom Slate. This highlights a split in the Mass GOP between the establishment Republicans and the MAGA Republicans. In the Cape and Islands District, the husband and wife team of Will and Judy Crocker have been committee man and woman for years now. And to MAGA Republicans like challengers Darrellyn Haywood and Michael Arnold, the Crockers represent an establishment GOP that is not interested in advancing the Republican Party within the state. Here's a clip of Haywood and Arnold in their own words.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Arnold,
Darrellyn Haywood.
running for state committee man and woman for the Cape and Islands District.
We're looking to build a Republican Party that you can be proud of. I don't know if you can be proud of the unwritten rule in losing the DA's office, the sheriff's office, the state senate, and a state rep seat.
When the Republican committee man and woman fight hard to win an election,
No kidding.
in our district, the only one they're fighting hard to win is their own election. They have outspent us, I would say, 10-1.
At least. And have you ever seen them fight so hard for any other candidate?
Only for them, only for themselves.
Yeah. And there's signs everywhere. It's got to be, you can only put signs on people's property that say you can put signs on.
Correct. But I'm wondering, why are they outspending us 10-1 for a volunteer position? If there's no monies to be made, why would you spend that kind of money?
I have my ideas.
Well, I have some suspicions too, but once we find the receipts, you'll all know the answer to that.
Definitely, because we are going to bring truth and transparency, and we're going to work with tenacity to represent the citizens of the Cape and Islands.
At every level, every citizen and of the Republican Party, the Independent Party, everybody at school, we're coming to fight and bring candidates to fight for you.
For the whole entire Cape and Islands. That's your education, your police. You know, when the Crockers say that they're going to reduce crime and illegal immigration and all those other things, you know, I advocated to reduce crime for 25 years and served my country, and you know, we both teach people about the Constitution. So, you know, we've been doing our part. We don't have to make up stories about things and how we've, you know, fabricated. We don't have to fabricate anything.
And we're true grassroots activists. We don't have to claim to be the new Republican activists.
Right, the new leadership.
We don't have to make those false
Because
claims.
they've been leadership for the last 12 years. So if you could reduce crime and illegal immigration and cure childhood diseases, why wouldn't you have already done that?
Yeah. Lead, follow, or get out of the way.
Exactly. So get out of the way.
Haywood and Arnold ultimately lost their bid to oust the Crockers, showing that on the Cape and Islands at least, Republican voters lean more towards the establishment GOP. But speaking of MAGA Republicans, a familiar face has decided to run once again for county commissioner. Ronald Beatty, in an email to the Barnstable town clerk, requested nomination papers last week, stating, "Since there do not presently appear to be any other interested parties, then I will tentatively take this step." Beatty, who won a seat as county commissioner in 2016 but was unable to win re-election, also ran in the 2022 midterm cycle against Ronald Bergstrom, but was ultimately unsuccessful. According to his post on his Twitter account, Beatty is now collecting the required 500 signatures for a nomination. Beatty also has signed the Moms for Liberty Parental Pledge. By signing the pledge, he says, "I pledge to honor the fundamental rights of parents, including, but not limited to, the right to direct the education, medical care, and moral upbringing of their children. I pledge to advance policies that strengthen parental involvement and decision-making, increase transparency, defend against government overreach, and secure parental rights at all levels of government." Moms for Liberty is a conservative political organization with chapters all over the country. They aim to fight for the survival of America by unifying, educating, and empowering parents to defend their parental rights at all levels of government. And lastly this week, Osterville resident Suzanne Conley, co-founder of Save Greater Dowses Beach, has pulled nomination papers to run as a Republican opponent in the 2nd Barnstable District against incumbent Kip Diggs. Conley has been a vocal opponent of offshore wind, and we hope to interview her about her campaign soon. That's going to do it this week in Mid-Cape Politics. Back to you, Lauren.